Hi, my name is Timo,
And I'm Ploy.
and we are International
International Pulse.
Pulse. We're here to talk about international student lives in the US.
And we're here to share the real talk.
So let's grab your Black Friday sales and let's enjoy it. Woo, this
Woohoo! Black
this International
Friday.
Pulse. How are you
Mm-hmm.
doing, Ploy?
Good. I'm broke, I guess, because I bought a lot too for Black
Oh my
Friday.
god. Not only that, it's like it's been a while that we have this podcast talk,
Right,
really.
we've been super ramped up with a lot of things in the
Mm-hmm.
past 2 weeks. So, yep, but we're back.
Yeah. So let's talk just chit chat first. What
Sure.
Black Friday did you buy? What items did you
Um,
get from Black Friday?
Yeah, so I think the biggest piece is I got sneakers, like a shoes. I got
Oh
a
my
New
God.
Balance shoes. So I haven't in my collection, I haven't bought any shoes for around like a year or so. So my last shoe was like a year or 2 years old. So I feel like, man, it's time to get the new things.
Oh
So yep, I
my.
got one shoes and the rest are pretty much like small stuff, like those cosmetics or whatever that's running low. So I just decided to buy now.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you.
For me, I bought this protein shaker Hydro Flask thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think, I mean, I'm just really excited for it. I ordered it like on Tuesday, and
Oh
it
yeah.
finally came in on Sunday, which just takes forever.
Yeah,
But
it's
finally
so
it's
long.
here. And the other thing I bought is like it's actually a fancy clothes, I would say. Actually
Mm.
it's a fancy underwear. But
Of course.
yeah, because like it's Black Friday, everything is
Yeah,
on
why not?
sale.
Why not?
Mm.
Actually, my initial plan was we want to go to outlet,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason, like, I don't know, our friends are in town and we feel like, nah, maybe I don't need to go to outlet. And I'm glad that we didn't go because I checked it
Yeah.
online. People going crazy on outlets. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
whatever. Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
yep, I'm having fun at home doing Amazon shopping.
Future Black Friday. We don't need to go to the store anymore.
No, not anymore.
You know, fun thing is that on Black Friday I actually woke up super early. I woke up like
Oh,
5:40
why?
and I went to Target because they have like a Target bag for like first 100 people who get
What the
there.
fuck? I have no
And
idea.
like yeah, actually I was like, "Oh, it sounds kind of fun." You know, I'm already awake. Like I was just actually awake because the night before I was drinking.
Mm.
But then I went to the store, arrived there at 6:15. It's gone. All
What?
the all the bags
What?
are gone. There are
6 in
already
the
100
morning?
people. Yes, 6:15, and it opened at 6 a.m. And I'm like,
Oh,
girl,
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the video that said 20 years ago how Black Friday looked like, it's people
yeah.
going rage like that. I'm like, my gosh,
It's
too much.
truly a U.S. culture.
Truly, truly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my god.
these days we have the Cyber Monday. I'm not sure what's the
Mm-hmm.
like history background of Cyber Monday, but I think, in my opinion, it's like when you if you miss something on Black Friday, you still have
Yeah.
Cyber Monday.
I can see
I
that.
think.
I mean, in a way, it's nice. You can get things, but I think it kind of, I just feel nowadays Black Fridays aren't that special anymore. The discounts are just like,
Yeah, it's
okay, yeah,
not that big like discounts anymore. Like, in the past, it's like huge. Like you can get a TV for really cheap,
yeah, huh.
or those PS5, or I don't know, like those game consoles. Like it gets really cheap for real that you feel like, damn, we gotta get it this time. But
It
these days,
is.
like, oh, 20% off, 30% off. Just, yeah, not
Yeah,
as much.
that's like I don't know, worse than summer sale for sometimes
Yeah,
I guess.
like Prime Day, you probably have better deal.
Yeah, mine.
Yep,
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about have you ever failed in the US? Tan
mm-hmm,
tan.
for
Wow,
sure. Yep.
I'm not actually sure how do we start.
Yeah, I know. I guess I can go first. I mean, if you talk about fails, I feel like, yeah, like failures can fall into different categories, right? Like schools,
Hmm.
like friends, job, a lot of things. I
Yeah.
can talk about my first experience in the US, like as an international student. I was
Hmm.
16. I was in North Carolina. I went
Hmm.
to public school that have no ties. I
Hmm.
didn't, my English wasn't that good, but I have to survive. And I would say that before I went there, like, my agency, they have kind of like a camp that prep you for that. But it's still hard to understand because it's still really velvet and people have different experience. So they share their experience, but sometimes it doesn't adapt to you. So I feel like what makes it become my first failure in the US is that I
Mm-hmm.
spent, so my time there, I'm scheduled to live there 10 months, which is
Mm-hmm.
one school years basically. I
Mm-hmm.
would say I spent 6 months alone. Like didn't do anything. Like didn't have a friends, did not really hang out with anyone because I was fall into a trap of like I don't know, my English wasn't that good. I don't know how to hang out with
Oh.
American people. And
Mm-hmm.
I spent 6 months, which is more than a half of the
Oh
time.
no.
And then when I hit 6 months, I start to realize like, what the heck I'm doing now? Like, what the hell? 6 months. I don't have any other friends. I still ate lunch alone. So I decided my first time ever that I asked someone in my class like, hey, can I go eat lunch with you guys? And then they say
Oh.
yes so easily. They say like, yeah, absolutely. And me from someone that like, I don't know, for some other people it's like, oh, it's not that hard to make a new friend in new school. But remember one thing, me in Thailand, I never changed school before since
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten. I stay in the same school since kindergarten. Most of the people I saw in school, they are like old faces that I see since I was 5 years old. So it was really big step for me. I would say that, and then once I had start to hang out with somebody, I started to realize like, oh my god, I have only 4 months left here, and then it feels really sad.
Oh.
And I
Mm-hmm.
kind of count that like, oh damn, it's kind of like my failure. That damn, I could have done this a lot earlier.
Earlier.
So I
Mm-hmm.
can learn things. I can have friends to go to Halloween with. I have friends to go there. But in the end, I didn't have that at all. So yeah, in the end, just I feel like that's my first failure in the US. And because I feel like I was scared, just so many things all at once. Yeah, in the end, that's a lesson. So 1 year after that, after I joined enter university in Thailand, I really want to come back to the US to kind of
Oh.
fix those things. And I feel
To
like
make friends.
yeah, because I feel like the first time wasn't a hit, but now my English is good. I can make friends for sure. I know how to make friends. So
Oh.
that's why I decided to come back for the second time in Pennsylvania for one
Mm-hmm.
semester. And I got a scholarship from my university. So I came
Oh,
back.
that's cool.
And the second time I went wild. I partied, I joined all the clubs that I want. Like any club that about K-pop or anything that I like, I join the club, I make a lot of friends. It's just totally different. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun. But the bad part is that I failed the class. I failed the class because I have so much fun and I ate everything I want. I gained 10 kilograms within
Oh my
6 months.
god.
I gained 10
Wow.
kilograms within 6 months. My weight back then, before I went there, I think my weight was like 50 something, 51, 50, like, or 50. I came back with a weight of like probably more than 10 kilograms I gained. It's like 62, something like that. It's like I was big. But that was a fun time. But
You're
still,
becoming a real US.
yeah, I become a real US. Yeah, but anyways, and yeah, I would say that that was my first failure that I can talk about in the US. But in the end, I fulfill with that, but I create another failure after that, which is I failed the class. I can
Oh
talk more about failure
my.
class, but I'm gonna ask you first. What would you say
Yeah.
is your first failure in the US?
I think I can recall back to the time I first come to US as well, when I was a work and travel student.
Oh yeah.
Like no, actually it's not work and travel. Oh yeah, it's work and travel. Oh my god. Like you work and you have some time to travel as well. Back then I was in Missouri, which is like in the middle of the jungle. And
Mm,
like we get our job right and we have a lot of free time.
mm,
And like I think a lot of people were like, you should get a second job for your free time. You should get like
mm,
another
mm,
thing
mm,
to make
mm,
more
mm,
money,
mm.
right? And guess what? I can't get a second job. I don't
You
know. It's
can't?
just I cannot. Like it's just
Why?
very very competitive over there.
Whoa,
Actually,
okay.
like that whole town was just full of work and travel students,
Yep.
and I mean a lot of other people are like crazy hunting for it. And I feel like I mean the first few weeks when I got here I was told like you should get a second job so that you can have more money to travel and everything, which I wanted that too, but I realized how much of a competition it was. Like I literally go knock into their door and be like, hey, I want to apply, can I
Mm,
apply here and work here as a second job? And then they practically asked me like, when are you going back to like after this, and I was still in
Mm.
school at that time, so I kind of go back early. I went in May, and I need to get back before August. And they were
Mm.
like, "Oh, because you go back too early, we can't accept you."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I was kind of sad, honestly,
Mm.
to be true. Like the first few weeks, it didn't go as much as I planned, and I was just feeling like it was actually cost a lot of money as well. I have this guilt
Mm.
on me, and I was like, damn, how can I recover from this?
Yeah.
And then at some point, I think I get to reframe that, like, even if I don't get a new job, I can
Mm.
use this time to like really travel and experience as it's intended to be. So I
Mm.
was, instead of like just getting home, drinking and like sulking in like apartment, I
Yeah.
literally hike. Like I walk in my apartment. There's like a lot of hills and like
Mm.
mountains. I walk from my apartment to like the nearest beach, which
Yeah.
is, honestly, I remember, around 5 miles. I walk
Oh.
on feet for 5 miles just to like enjoy the scenery. And I
Mm.
think like, wow, life is so much. I mean, even if you might not get a second job, even if you don't get your way or like fail, I think it's all about mindset, really. That how you look at it is a failure if you are give up, if you like hinge too much on it. But if you know how to like pivot from the failure, I think it's also a good choice as well. So yeah,
Mm.
that's mine.
Nice.
I actually have another story about failing academic as well, but I'll save it after you. So
Sure.
Floyd, go back to your story that you are uh university college pop star. You're having so much social life, you're having so much friend. What happened to
Mm.
your academy?
Sure. So like, let's say like this. As a background, when I was in Thailand, failing the class in Thailand is like is fairly more common. Like in school,
Okay.
like you can fail the class, like you fail the exam, then you just have to read, like, fix the grade or something like that, and then you get back to
Uh-huh.
normal. But the thing is that when in college or in university, if you fail, you have to retake everything like all over again, which is unlike the
Hmm.
high school things, right? So I grew up in high school that I hate math so much that I feel like I cannot. I try. I fought with this. I facing it. I escaping it. It doesn't work. Me and math cannot get along. So I fail math in a way that is like I'm not surprised. That like I would be surprised if I pass. Like I don't care about math at all. So I feel like yeah, I'm not that surprised if I'm gonna fail something. But what I'm gonna share is that the first time I failed in the US is when during my second time in the US, I was in Pennsylvania. I went to a liberal arts college,
Hmm.
and basically it's just a one semester exchange programs. So most of
Uh-huh.
the class I have to take is referred from my program in Thailand. So whatever
Oh.
class that whatever course I can transfer back my GPA back to Thailand, then that works. The thing is that there was one course I have to take in Thailand. It's a philosophy course, like about philosophy. And
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I don't know how they teach in Thailand. I don't remember exactly, but I remember pretty much like a history. It like they do in a way it's like a history things. But here, I remember the professor just holding one book in his hand, and he just keep walking back and forth the whole class, and
What?
he just keep talking nonstop.
Oh
And I'm
my
just like,
god.
what is it about? Like I have no idea, and I don't give a damn. Like what? Like no idea until it reached the point at like around like I think half of the semester. The professor come talk to me and my another Thai friend that we were there together. That like I don't think you two gonna make it for this class.
Oh. Oh my
Like you,
god.
like even you get full score in your midterm, you cannot like you still barely gonna pass. Like it's you have no chance. So I'm like, man,
It's
but yeah. And then like I mean, even I mean, do I feel really bad about it? Maybe not because I kind of knew that I, I have no idea what they talk about in the class. So I'm like, okay, then I'm like, okay, fine. So I dropped the class, and um, but the thing is that it's an exchange program, so I can just come back to Thailand and just retake it again in Thailand. So basically, I remember I came back. I had to retake two courses, but I think one because my grade wasn't good, so that's why I want to retake again. But another one
uh-huh.
is this philosophy course. And I remember I was in third year in college. I have to study with my junior in my college in my major actually. I with a junior, and the thing is that there was one semester that I had to take like five courses. Like with this, I go to like it's uncommon in Thailand that like you go
Yeah,
to school like you go to college every single like Monday
just
to
like a high
Friday. It's
school.
yeah, it's like high school. Like I had a lot of courses. So yeah, I don't for that one I don't see it as like a failure for me because I just feel like it's too much. Like it's out of my league. I wouldn't be able to pass the course. Like what is this? Like and but the one thing I learned is that oh, studying in the US, the professor doesn't care about you that much. They
Yeah,
don't really
exactly.
care. You have to like catch up by yourself.
Hmm.
And I'm like, darn, like I have no idea that I have to do that or something like that. Yeah, like yeah, but anyway, so that was my first fail like academic fails that I have experienced. But yeah, I mean in the like after that I get to fix it in Thailand and everything went great. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think it's like even in Thai, if you're like prone to fail, I think professor are kind of like caring a lot and they kind of like
Yeah, they care a lot. They're like,
lenient
oh,
to be
it's
honest. Like,
okay.
yeah, sometimes you can like just do extra work or like curve
Yeah.
the grade or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
rare for them to like fail someone,
Yeah,
I
they don't
guess.
really fail student in Thailand. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like college in Thailand is a lot is easier than in the US because in the
Hmm.
US, if you don't have directions and you don't know what you want to do, it's really hard to stay on the track. In
Yeah.
Thailand, everything's like they kind of help you pave the way that okay, you have to do one, two, three, four, five. Like they have a step they have to follow. So it's super structured and it's really easy to follow. If you fail one step, you can just, if you have one, two, three, four, five, you fail the step two, you just go back to step one. But in
Mm.
the US, if you fail step two, you fall back into like zero, I guess. Like you start over again.
Yeah, I mean the
Mm,
education is different, right? Like in Thai, usually you choose your major first and you stick to it for the 4 year. But in the US, like you kind of get
you
your
can shift,
general
yeah. You
education.
can change, yeah.
I see. Yeah, it's which is like good and bad, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah,
true.
now my story about academic failure.
Mm.
So this actually happened in IIT in my master year. Actually, it's not totally a failure because the thing happened is like it was a prerequisite class. It was a
Oh yeah.
really, really hard class, and the
Mm.
professor is not helping it. Like he's just explaining everything in a really hard way, and the concept itself is just a really hard concept. It's like low leveling. If you know what I'm saying,
I don't
they're
really know,
coding
but it
in
sounds hard.
assembly. Like no one codes in that anymore, and they're talking about data in like a very like if you finish this, you can literally create a computer. But
Okay.
anyway, I was like studying myself as hard as I can, and then I make a midterm. And I remember, like, let's say midterm is 100 out of 100, right?
Mm.
My midterm is like 25 out of 100, which is like so awful.
It's a shame
And
from you. Like, oh my God, I never get
yeah,
this low grade in my life.
it's like I just can't believe it. Oh my god. And I'm like, what happened? And I mean, I thought I understand it, but when I see the answer, I'm like, what language am I? What is
Mm.
this? This is not English. And I think that's like the first time that I come to the US, which is like the third semester, that I really
Mm.
realize how hard it is to study this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward. I'm just like doing as much as I could. I'm like really focusing on this topic specifically. And then I had my finals. The thing is, I had my finals and all the grade add up. Well, to get A, you need 90. To get B, it's 80. And to get a C, you get 70, right? And anything below that, anything below 70, it's an F. It's already a fail. You know what I got?
Mm.
I got 69.5.
So like you did close.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. I actually at first I didn't know that are they gonna like
Really do
push the
this.
grade up? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some
or
people,
round
yeah, so
down.
round, yeah, round up, round down. Like you can do
And I'm
that.
like, I'm writing to all my professor. I'm actually feeling so much of a failure, like
Yeah.
damn. And this one course has 3 credit, and 1 credit is just so expensive, practically like
Mm.
around 4 or 5K and
Yeah.
I like fail it, I just feel like I'm wasting that much amount of
Yeah,
money
true, true, true.
for like my sponsor, and I just feel like shit, to be honest.
Mm,
And I guess like I mean, after talking to my parents, my sister, everyone, they're like, it's okay. This is normal. Failure
mm,
is it's possible.
true.
It's not like you're
The
the
end of the
only one.
world. Yeah.
Yeah. There are so many people failing this course specifically as well. And
Mm,
like it's not unsolvable as well. Even if you get an F
mm,
here, nobody cares. Just take a new
true.
one. And after like all those worries, when my grade came out, I got a C.
Oh,
I got a
okay.
70. They rounded up.
Yay.
Oh my god. I can't say how much I was a relief back then.
Yeah.
It was it was like a wake up to reality. Like, yo,
Mm,
you can't like
yeah, no, like
slack
don't lose your
anymore.
guard. Like here's
Yeah,
just a little and then we'll do something
that
for
is so
real.
hard. And the
Yeah.
professor were like, if you have a problem, you can raise the problem to Office of Academics and like, make it a big thing, like
Mm, I guess my
yeah.
me is a problem.
Yeah, that was just what I can remember about Farim. But
True.
yeah, after that, I mean, it really just looking back, it looked like a small thing. Even
Yep.
if I did or like happened, just retake and like maybe just a semester late graduate, and it's not the end of the world, right?
Mm,
Oh my god.
true, true.
But
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
the end of the world. Like you failed and then you learn something. Like, you fail so you know that you need some help. Like you need to like what area you need to improve. So yeah.
hmm,
I think that's how like you know that you mature enough when you fail and then you know that oh, it's not the end of the world. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, like I have one. This is a kind of funny story, but it's like a part of like a communication or like language barrier field that I had
Okay.
when I first came to the US, and it's kind of funny. So like basically, when I first came to the US, my English wasn't good. Like I think I could say that kind of bad in a way that
Hmm.
I have the accent. I can say American accent. I can speak American accent, but my vocabularies and everything just bad. Like I'm not good. And then there's one time that I went to school and then I have my host sister that she's 1 year younger than me, but we pretty much like roommates throughout the whole year. We went to the same school and then I always ask her questions sometimes. But like, I think Thai students have this problem that we scared to ask questions when we're
Oh
younger.
yeah.
Like you
Hmm.
kind of like, "Ugh, if I ask, they're gonna think I'm stupid or something like that. So I don't really ask them a question, but I tried sometime. For example, there was one time that I have I don't remember how it's come up with this situation, but basically I learned one thing that I never heard before is that what is your go-to song? And I'm like, what is go-to? What is go-to? Like I have no idea. So I
Yeah.
asked my
Mm.
co-sister and she's like, oh, it was your like that. And then she just explained to me. And then actually one time I asked her something about like grammar things. Oh, are you saying you're gonna do or you I am going to do? Like those kind of grammar
Uh-huh.
things. And
Yeah.
she doesn't know because she's American. So she was like
Yeah. No one.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I don't, it's really totally grammar question. And this is the fail that I have that's kind of funny is that there's one time I went to school with her and then she asked me like, "Oh, have you done your homework? Like, do you have any homework you have to do?" And then I try to say that, "Oh, I finished one homework," but I say in a way that I'm almost finished. I'm like, it's really close to done. I did something, but it's not done yet. It's still in progress. But instead of
Mhm.
I'm saying that, I said, not at all, because I at first I thought not at all means not all of them is done. I don't know how I get that kind of mindset from me. Like not at all means not all done, but almost done. But actually, not at all means completely not done. And I'm like, and then I realized after that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So now she thinks that I didn't do anything. A to
Anything
fucking
at
shit.
all.
Yeah, and then I realized that I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything again. But anyways, I would say that like the more you use English, the more you're improving it, or even the
Mhm.
slangs, or even those like. I think another struggle I had is during like when you have to use all those acronym, those like TBH,
AKA.
AKA, FM, like anything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this language?
Yeah.
This is beyond like school things.
I mean, it's really hard as well because
It's
these
hard.
things
Even these
are
days, it's still hard. Like,
these things are only valid if you like. I mean, to some certain group, it's not like everyone
true.
knows it all the time.
Yeah, there's one time my professor, she's my supervisor in my last company. She asked me like, what is like I IYK, like if you know, you
Oh,
know, something like that. And then she's like, what does it mean? And like, she's American. She also have no idea what does it mean. Or she asked me like, what is like Kahoot? Like she doesn't know what is
oh my
Kahoot or
God.
something like that. Like
Hmm.
these things like you gotta learn. So, don't ever feel bad about you don't know those acronym or to ask like what is like YK. Like yeah, it's
Oh
happened. Yeah, so
my
that's
God.
my communication failure.
I just remember another failure. I think that was back when I was visiting Thailand in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and the failure is because of the date format. You know how the US is like month, day, year,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And everywhere else in the world is day, month, year.
Mm,
And I mean, I remember specifically it was like 10/11/2023. Like this assignment is supposed to be delivered in October 11th. That's what I thought. But I
mm.
mean, it was the other way around. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's a
I,
different day.
yeah. And I mean, that's the most confusing thing ever.
True.
I think if you are like Asian or like come from Thailand, you have be like considerate and afraid to ask professor a lot of times.
Yeah.
There's one time that I was really sick to like professor, and like I feel like if I just say I'm sick, they're gonna be like, you're bullshitting. How is that true? So I attached a photo of me sneezing with like a sticky mucus out of my nose to them and like, sorry, I'm really sick and like all of these. Professor was like, okay, noted. Next time, please don't send me. You don't have to do all of that.
You don't have to do this much.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, sometimes we like this is something how like Thai education really shape us into like
Hmm.
people that you scared to ask question because you might think like,
Hmm.
oh, you're dumb or something like that. Like
Yeah,
actually this one time this is like stick with me. This is probably not really a failure, but I think what I want to paint the pictures of how Thai education shape us into someone that doesn't want to ask question. I
yeah.
have one of my like when you're in high school. In my school we have a lot of students, like not a lot, but a good amount that like of the student um who goes to like exchange in the US. So people will start developing some kind of accent. And most like teacher, like English teacher in Thailand who are Thai, most of them they use British English. Or
Oh
like
yes.
they would go for,
Hmm.
like they would kind of stick with British English, not much on the American side.
Hmm.
And then I have one of my friends that she's super American. Like even her English is really American like accent heavy
Hmm.
compared to me is pretty much the same things. And then there's one time that like she asked the word like she say the word advance, like
Advance. Hmm.
advance. That's how you pronounce it in the US, right? Advance. But my teacher, she used the word like, oh, advance, like advance. And then like it's very like I mean back then most people who doesn't know English they might feel like, oh, it's like like you say it wrong. Like it's supposed to be
uh,
advanced, not
I see.
advance. Or when she say like water instead of water or like water, like, you know. And I feel like it's so like, and then everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Back then, when I find this to that good, I also kind of get like humiliate her as well. Like, oh, you say water, or like
Yeah.
advanced. But I'm like, oh my god, this is such a toxic environment that shape people into like don't want to ask or don't want to say anything out. So yeah, but yeah, really, like my teacher just like, oh, when she said, oh, what does advance in this situation means, and then she was like, huh, what is it? oh, advanced. I'm like, oh, that's so humiliate. Like, it's really promote those kind of toxic environment in a classroom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just because you have different accent doesn't mean it's wrong. Or
I
when you spell
mean,
like different ways of like when you spell color with OR instead of
OR, yeah.
OUR, like it's the
Realized with
same.
C instead of
Yeah, it's
S.
the same thing. So I'm like, why you have to do that? But anyways, yeah, I think that's what shaped us into this kind of.
Yeah. I mean, bully culture is also a big part in children's life.
Oh, yeah.
It's really like if you speak too much of an accent English back in Thailand, you will be like mocked to death back then.
Oh, yeah, true. In the
And
past, I'm really scared. Like I don't want to say water,
I,
water. Like, they really bully you a lot if you stay in a really strong accent,
hmm
especially if you go to Thai school.
hmm
Like if you go to international school or English program, I think it doesn't do that much. If you go to Thai school, it's really big. They were like, "Ooh, the English
yeah.
is so like
I
that."
remember that one time when I back in the Thailand after in the US visiting, and like there are a lot of like artists, guitarists,
Mm, mm, mm,
sing and like playing guitar at the same time, and they're playing English song,
mm. Mm.
and I think that was the first time I realized that how Thai accents sound like. It's just
Oh
like
yeah.
I mean, it's very different, how Thai people speak English. They don't have like consonant. Like
Oh
let's
yeah,
say,
yeah.
please don't see the jump scare. Please
Uh,
don't see.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
mean, at first I was like just trying to enjoy it, but then at some point I'm like, shit,
It's an ick
this
for
is
you.
bug. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have one idea, like, and then we can move on to a neck failure. Now it's kind
Okay.
of
Yeah.
off
Go ahead.
topic, but anyways, Swenson, right? Like the ice
Oh
cream
yeah.
store in
Mhm.
Thailand. So they
Mhm.
have a lot of flavors, and all flavor are all in English, right? Like chocolate, or rainbow, whatever. My dad graduated from like the U.S. and he's really stick with American accent until these
Oh
days.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
he like when he go to Swenson, and when I was young, we are like really big on like Swensons and anything. Like we go like every single weekend in the past. In the past, we go every
Yeah.
single weekend, and we have our own like go to flavor that we like. And it since I was really young, my dad he have one of his favorite is very flavor is Rocky Road. In the past, they have Rocky Road,
Me
but these
too.
days
I
they
love
don't
Rocky
have
Road.
anymore. Yeah, they have Rocky Road. But if you say in Thai accent like, can I have Rocky Road? Nah, Thai accent.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But my dad, he always said like, can I have Rocky Road? And then like the server would feel like kind of giggles. And in the past, I feel like why you have to make that much in the accent? Like, is it not necessarily like but I mean, these days I feel
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie. I think I started to do that. Like, can I have cookies and cream, or like I
Me.
start to do like that because it used to, or like when I
Yeah.
go to Watson to like pharmacy, and I want to get there's one brand I use. It's called in Thai we say acne aid, like acne. But then I start to say like acne, like like US accent, and I feel like oh my god, now I become like my dad. Like yeah, but in the past I feel like why you have to make such a strong accent? Like, can I have the chocolate rainforest? Like that. Like like really? Yeah, and then like all the servers start to like giggle, like funny, But I feel like I mean, but these days I feel like what's so funny? It's a correct way to say, like.
I mean, it's literally the correct way to say it. It's
Yeah.
not like we're trying to pretend. It
Mm.
just come off that way.
Oh yeah, it does come out that way. Like I mean, yeah, for sure. My dad still say like 7-Eleven. He wouldn't say I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven. Like
7-Eleven.
he
Oh
say
my
it like
god.
it's only something, but yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yeah. That's how bully culture works in Thailand.
That's funny. All right, let's move on to the next topic.
Yep.
Actually, I want to ask, what does failure taught you about the
Mm.
US? What has failure taught you in the US?
Oh, a lot. I feel like I don't think I have to specific only in the US because I feel like
Yeah.
for me, this is a value I always holding. I believe everybody have a value that you guys holding or your favorite quote. For me, one of my favorite quote is that if you don't fail, you don't learn. Like I don't think that in the world have like such there is no such thing as fail experience or bad experience.
Mhm.
Everything's come to teach you something. At least you have bad
Mhm.
experience. You met a bad boss. You had a bad job. Then you know what to fix in the future, what you can do differently in the future. So you don't face the same thing. For example, when I met a bad um, boss or supervisor, then I know that okay, this is an example of a bad supervisor, and I wouldn't be like this in the future. Or I don't.
Yeah.
So I know how to spot people in the future. So for me, I really value failure. I'm not scared to be failed at all because I feel like you fail and then you're not gonna die. Like it's not gonna
Mm.
kill you. It's not the end of the world. You will learn something. Like I can say that actually in the past when I still went on dates a lot, like go on like a lot of dating apps and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, those times they're all failures because what you define, how you define a date does not fail is mean you move on into the relationship, right?
Yeah.
But those are all fails because I those didn't move on to any relationship at all. But those things shape me into me today because it teach me what person that I like and what person am I in a relationship. Like
Mhm.
this is something that I you wouldn't learn if you don't fail, or you wouldn't like the true failure is that we don't you when you don't try, and you will never know. I feel like the more you try, the more you fail, the more you know. I would rather know the hard truth rather than don't know anything. Yeah,
That's very true. That's
yeah.
very true. And I'm just gonna say something similar to you. I think in the US is when I actually learned the meaning of fail fast, learn fast.
Oh yeah.
Like that's literally US culture, lean startup kind of way that in order to learn and like improve, you really need to fail. Like if your product is success, great. But I mean, there's if it's a first time success, it's good. It's a fluke to be honest.
Mm,
Success needs to come from like failure, and failure needs to come into learning to like help improve success. And I think like a lot of people when I was younger as well, I used to look at like overnight success and be like, oh my god, he is so lucky, he is so nice, he is so like I'm jealous of him, like to have all
mm,
this famous and be boom in overnight. But the thing is, that's not true. If you look into everyone who call a success and you
mm.
look at their like history, they're gonna have thousands of fails before they get to that point. I
True.
think that's what the US and failures taught me that like, well, the true failure is when you stop trying. It's when you
True.
stop and give up. That's when you stay a
Then when
failure.
you failed.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, you will see a lot of like famous story about like those big successful business owner that they failed before and then now they truly success because they learn from their failure. Like you would learn a lot through your time. Like, it's if you don't fail it, you wouldn't know that you need to fix something. Like if one there was one time that when I was younger, I felt like I know that I hate math. When I have to choose my major in college, I feel like I don't know what I want to study. I have no idea. I don't have ideas because I mean when I was younger, I feel like I can do anything. Like I do quite good in the school, and yeah, I know I hate math, and that's the only thing I know that I don't like. But the rest is like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. But if you don't feel something, you wouldn't know what kind of person are you or what do you like to do or like what
Mhm.
are those things. Like I think like failure and like if you don't have failure, you wouldn't grow into a better person.
Yeah, I agree on that very much.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I think one
mm.
last question. What's one failure you're proud of?
Ooh.
I
Ooh.
I can go first because I've been thinking
Yeah.
about that. My failure that I'm proud of is that I didn't win an agogo contest in a bar.
What?
back in back in my first year, like 2022,
Oh
me
my
and
god.
my best friend Nathan, we go to
Oh
like
yeah.
gay bar, and I literally have no idea what event was that. Nathan was just like, Timo, go with me, go with me, and then they were just being like, today we have an go-go dancer contest. You can put your name in and like try out and everything. The winner will get cash prize and like
Mm.
booking and everything. And I don't know, I think I was just a little bit drunk. So I was like, oh yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Okay.
And I think it was really fun, honestly. I was just dancing to a song. I didn't know what song it was. I think I performed well, but It was funny. They just didn't understand my beauty yet back then.
Yeah,
But I think it was really fun. That's what I'm really proud of.
yeah, true.
At least I tried. At least I tried.
Yeah, at least you try, and then you know that, oh, okay, it's fun. You have a good experience. That's it.
What about
I
you?
think my favorite is that I would say it's the one that taught me the most is that back in the day, like I had one guy that I kind of dated him, and then he's
Hmm.
kind of first guy that I really feel the spark, when they say like, wow, it's a spark. And then I feel like back then, you're like, wow, this is miracle. Like, this is right. And then somehow it failed drastically. It failed drastically. Like, it's ended drastically. And before I felt like, oh my God, this is a fail. It's like so
Oh
bad. What
no.
my life is
Hmm.
doing now? I was so bad. I was so sad. But then after I get over it, I learned a lot. And I feel like without this experience, I wouldn't be myself today. Like,
Hmm.
I will never, never, ever be myself today, be as good as today, be like I learned a ton through that one. So I'm not gonna lie, even I think back, I feel like if I see him, I might want to thank him for that. Like without you, maybe
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't know. For real. Like I feel like so I think, and that's what shaped me into like having this mindset about failure. That yeah, actually failure not only it hurts you and helped you grow. Like now you know that like it's like I heard one quote that's so funny. They said, if you got hit by a car before and now something smaller happened, it's just like a bicycle got hit by a
Yeah.
bicycle.
Yeah.
It's like it's not as bad anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you have got something even like more terrible. So now everything is easy, seem a lot easier. Like, yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, you just do like this, do like that. You learn something along the way. So now that's when I shaped my life into like, you live YOLO. You only live
Only
once.
live once.
Yeah, you only live once. So try everything. And I really value like self development and learn. I want to know as many things as I could. I want to try as many things as I can. So, at some point you can say that, yeah, I did that before. Oh yeah, I have experience doing that. And it's really shaped a lot about your personalities and your experience in the future. Yeah. Like what you said, fall fast, learn fast is really important.
Yeah, all of that. And before we
Mm.
go, just like Kelly Clarkson said, what doesn't kill you make you
Make you
stronger.
stronger. Yes.
I really
True.
love that song, to be honest. That was my go-to music when I
Yeah.
exercise. Like it was really good.
You make you stronger. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. So, you grow stronger every time that you failed. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true. I really like this episode. I feel like once
Yeah,
you've grown up at some point, you will realize that, wow, you can comfortably talking about some of your failure in the past that maybe in the past
very
you feel like
true.
you don't want to talk about it. You're so like embarrassed by it. You hate to remember that. But actually like now we reach a point that you can talk about it comfortably and see as a one funny joke in the past and see how what you learned from it. I think it's really sign of you really grown strong and mature. Yeah. So like this is probably one of my favorite episode.
It is. It is my favorite episode.
Mm.
It 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 actually. I want to add a little bit about my failure. Like I got a C out of mercy, to be honest. And I remember my friend Mint come
Oh
back.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she got a C in one of her subjects as well, and she was literally crying. She was like, "How
Oh,
should, how could I tell my dad? How could I like?" She felt like she disappointed everyone.
failed. Mm.
And I'm like, girl, you literally got a C. You passed. C is passed.
Yeah, please pass.
Yeah.
And I'm
And I
not gonna
mean,
lie, in master, you get 3.9 or 3.6 or 3.7. It doesn't make that much difference.
yeah, if you get that, you're crazy.
Yeah, so like, it's like I feel like if you reach a point that you feel like, wow, this is not a big deal, you can just go moving forward. Like, I mean, now I got laid off twice. I changed my job. This is my fourth job in 1 year. It's
Yeah.
happened. And then you learn
Mm-hmm.
things along the way. You know that, okay, what's right, what's come. And then this is, I'm not gonna lie, just the fact that I changed my job 4 times this year, I would say, yeah, there are something I feel like, man, I think I wish I can secure a job, like, and have a job security for a long run. But, it's just the fact that I can change job 4 times in 1 year. That means I know how
That's,
to start over really quickly and I know how to like
yeah.
pick up the pace and hit the ground running fast. So, there are some pros and cons in it. And you're just gonna see the beauty out of it.
Exactly. Oh my god, love this episode. All
I
right.
know.
Again, my name is Timo,
And employ
and we are International
international
Pulse.
pulse. Have a good
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.